All right. And I'm going to let you just jump in the chat there and let me know. This is the Mindset and Microgreens Masterclass. We're going to be talking about mindset today, which is one of my all-time favorite topics. I'm going to share my screen and give so that I stay on topic here. I can get sidetracked, especially talking about things that I'm very passionate about, which mindset for me is the number one thing that has changed my life and my business and taken me from being very busy and very hustly in my first couple of years of running my microgreens business to a business that now I feel like I have peace and calm and I'm able to really have that lifestyle that I was looking for. It's the reason I started my business. I found mindset to be really the key to calming my life down. And that's what I want to share today. A lot of you maybe are already microgreens business owners. I'm going to check in the chat here and see where people are at. Oh, Washington State also, Heidi. New microgreens grower and seller. Darlene just considering a microgreens business. Jennifer, Jackson, Florida, microgreens business owner. Awesome. Carrie's also a microgreens owner. And Rita's here in Boston, another microgreens business owner. So that's great to hear. That was my guess, is that most of you would be already microgreens business owners. And so you are definitely in the right spot. Imagine believing that your success is inevitable. Just going to pause for a minute. Just imagine if you truly believe that your success is inevitable. How does that feel to you? That's what we're going to dive into today. We're going to be talking about why you might be feeling stuck in your business. Some of you reach out to me. I get emails every single day from people who are either feeling stuck, stalled out, plateaued, considering giving up their business, and they want to talk to someone about it. So that's what we're going to talk about today, why you might be feeling stuck in your business and what to do about it. If you don't know me already, I think most of you do, but I'm Laura. I am a former nurse turned microgreens farmer. I've been running my microgreens operation for 7 years now. I'm mom to 3 little ones in 5, 8, and 10. I'm an aspiring homesteader, so I have a lot of passions beyond microgreens. I love growing food. A lot of things that I finally am getting to dive into as I am having more time freed up by running my own business. I'm also a certified mindset coach. I was trained under Charlotte Smith. Some of you may know her. And I'm going to be sharing my number one tool that I use in coaching individuals when I do one-on-one coaching. We're going to talk about it today. It's such a valuable tool. It's going to change your life. How important do you believe mindset is in your success? I would love to hear this also, to get a feel from those of you who are on the call. When I started this work, I was skeptical. I was skeptical about mindset. I was kind of the work hard to be successful. If you work hard enough, you will be successful. You want to be more successful, work harder. That was sort of my thoughts in the beginning. So I'm curious, how 0 to 10, 0 being mindset has no impact on the success of your business, 10 being it's everything. Let me know in the chat, 0 to 10, how important do you believe mindset is in your business? There's no right or wrong. Wherever you're at is great. For me, it's been a real journey learning about how impactful mindset is in your success. Some common problems that people come to me with regarding their microgreens business. One is operating out of scarcity, feeling like there's not enough customers. That's usually the thought. Paralyzed by self-doubt. So people who maybe get stuck in research mode, they are researching things, they have a lot of ideas, but they do not believe in themselves, and they are almost paralyzed and not taking the action they need to take because they simply doubt themselves. Fear of failure can also stall people out. They are just afraid of not doing the right thing, not being successful. They don't want to make investments in their business because they're not sure that they'll be successful. This is kind of tied in with a self-doubt. Fear of success is also something that some people experience and can keep them plateaued or keep them stuck when they are afraid of what would happen if they started to become really successful. What would happen if the customers were pouring in and they were able to scale up their growing to meet that demand? Overcompensating by overcomplicating. This is maybe the most common I see. People feel like they're not reaching their goals. They're not making enough money. They're not making enough sales. They're not having the impact they want. And so they start to complicate their business. They start to sell to different groups of people. They start to grow more varieties of microgreens. They start to introduce other products before they have become profitable. So they are feeling like they are not quite enough with what they have to offer. So they're starting to offer a lot more things. And this is what I mean by overcompensating by overcomplicating. So these can all become problems, and these can all be reasons that you are stuck in your business. I'm going to look at the chat here. Yay, we got some high numbers for people. How significant is mindset? I guess you all would be the ones who come to this call, right? Would be ones who believe in mindset, but it's great to hear you're ahead of where I was when I started this work. Like I said, I was pretty skeptical about it. The one way out of all these problems that we just talked about is mindset, is the missing piece to the puzzle. The number one tool that I use in coaching, and that when I learned about this and actually started to believe it as truth, it really changed everything for me, not just in my business, but also in my life. And this is the mindset pathway. I didn't come up with this. Okay, there's many other, it actually comes from cognitive behavioral therapy, is the basic idea of it, where thoughts create feelings, and that is what creates the actions we see and the results that we see in our lives. That's a principle of cognitive behavioral therapy. Many coaches have gone on to tweak this and use this tool, and we're going to go over it today and see the power in it. Everything in your life can fit into one of these categories, believe it or not. We'll have some time where we can do a little Q&A and we can chat. And if someone wants to volunteer to get coached and work through this mindset pathway, we can do that. It's really fun if you're feeling brave. So we have circumstances. Circumstances are just things that are. They're true. They could be proven in a court of law. There's no emotion to them. They just are. Then we have thoughts. A lot of people think their thoughts are circumstances, but when we dive into the mindset pathway, and when I coach people, I help people to kind of uncover their thoughts. We all have thoughts that feel so true to us. We have thought them so many times that they really just feel like fact. So sometimes we need an outside person. This is why I love coaching. It's why I have a coach and will always have a coach. It's why I love coaching other people, is helping you to become self-aware. What is just a thought in your brain? Our thoughts produce feelings in our body, emotions. They're neurochemicals that surge through our body. And out of these feelings, we take action. We can take all kinds of action from feeling, or we can have inaction. It's also considered an action, not doing something. And this is a common one for feelings of stress and overwhelm. A lot of times what we do is we just avoid what we need to do. And all of our actions are going to produce the results we see in our life. So if we want to have different results, we have to go all the way back up to our thoughts. Let's look at this. If this is a new tool to you, I know some of you who are in my program and have been on some of the mindset calls with me, this is not new to you, but you can't hear it too much. We've all grown up with a different way of thinking, or most of us have. And so hearing this over and over is going to help solidify it in our brains. Let's take this as an example. Circumstances, this person is an owner of a microgreens business. Most of us can relate to that. Having a thought, I should be making more money by now. This is really common. If you have had this thought, you are not alone. If you are a microgreens business owner, most everyone I coach with has this thought in the beginning of coaching. Feeling that may produce, it depends on the person, but a feeling that this thought may produce is a feeling of being discouraged. When you're discouraged, you're going to spend time researching other options. Again, your brain is going to go to that. How can I make this easier? Something else will be better. Something else will work. I've chosen the wrong thing, all of that. You're going to avoid your marketing. When you feel discouraged, you don't feel excited to put your product out there and to connect with potential customers. You can avoid any of the higher level work, meaning setting up your website, figuring out an e-commerce platform that's easy for people to navigate, setting up email marketing so you can connect with potential customers. All of these bigger picture items tend to be avoided when you're feeling discouraged because you're thinking, I should be making more money by now. You're making yourself feel discouraged. You may busy yourself. A lot of people have this as a action. It may feel positive, but it may not be producing the results you want. And by busying yourself, I mean getting busy with tasks. So you're thinking, I should be making more money. You feel discouraged. And so you busy yourself. You find things to do. You're washing trays, you're seeding more, you're researching things. Or you may buffer. Buffer is a word we use in coaching. It basically means to distract away from a feeling. Like you don't like this feeling of being discouraged. It's a negative feeling in your body. And so you may just try to avoid the feeling by buffering. This could be scrolling on social media. It could be working out. It could be eating. It could be alcohol. It could be, there's all different ways that people try to distract themselves out of a feeling. The result from this is that you continue to fall short of your revenue goals. You're not going to up-level your income if this is the pathway. You're thinking, I should be making more money. You're feeling discouraged. You're not taking the actions that you need to actually start making more money. And so you continue to not make enough money. Well, let's look at an alternative. Same circumstance. You're the owner of a microgreens business. Here's a new thought. It's no more or less true than the thought we just talked about. I'm already making profits in my business. Making more money is inevitable. Okay, so this is a different thought. You're making the same amount of money. Okay, you're a microgreens business owner. You have the same X number of dollars coming into your business every week or every month. But this time your thought is, I'm already making profits in my business. Making more money is inevitable. You're already seeing profits. You believe that you're going to be just making more and more. The feeling that thought produces is one of motivation. You feel motivated. And when you feel motivated, you're going to schedule times for marketing. You're going to actively seek out new customers because you're thinking this thought, I'm already making profits. I'm just going to continue. This is going to get better and better. I'm going to make more and more. I'm already seeing profits, making you feel motivated, encouraged. You're going to constrain to one focus. You believe in what you're doing because your thought is, I'm already seeing profits with this. And so you're going to double down on what you're doing and constrain yourself to that one focus, which will help you to see profits. And the result that you create is increased revenue. So you can see how the circumstance is the same. You're a microgreens business owner. You're making a certain number of dollars a week. It does not really matter the amount. I know sometimes it can feel like, well, if I was making this much, I would feel differently. I promise you, your feelings come from your thoughts, not from your circumstances. Neuroscience shows us this. They've studied this now, which is really cool to see that it gives us some of our power back. And so often we have grown up not thinking this model. Circumstance, thought creates a feeling, which drives our actions, which produces the results that we see in our life. For most of us, this is not how we were raised, right? This is not what we were brought up to think. We were usually, most of us are thinking that our circumstances are what's creating the results in our life. So when we're not making enough money with our business, we may say, well, I don't live in the right area. People don't value microgreens here, or It's really hard for me to market. There's too many other microgreens growers here. Whatever the scenario situation is, when you believe that your circumstances are creating the result, you have no control over it. But when you realize that it's actually your thoughts that are creating your results, that is when you take your power back. Just realized my mic is not on. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully you can. You can. Okay. Thank you for nodding. When you believe that your circumstances are creating the results, you may try to change the results with your actions. It may make you feel very busy, but it's not actually going to work in changing the feeling if you just change your actions. You have to go back to that thought. The old way of thinking, this thinking of, I'm in this circumstance and that's producing the results, and I have to hustle hard, I have to work hard, I have to do all these actions to try to change the results. This is what most of us grew up thinking: work hard, that's going to bring you success or not. It's going to keep you in all of these problems that we talked about before, operating out of scarcity. You're paralyzed by self-doubt. You fear failure or you fear success, and you're overcompensating by overcomplicating. The great news is that our brains are neuroplastic, which means we can change them. When we think thoughts over and over and over, they become rooted in and they become beliefs, and we believe them to be true. You can see this in all different types of instances, and it's true with business as well. The cool thing is we now know we can actually rewire our brain. Rather than thinking old thoughts that are going to happen on default, our brains want to think the same thoughts. It's easy. It takes less energy. So if we want to change our thinking, we need to think intentional thoughts, which is going to feel harder in the beginning, but it is possible. And the thing about thinking a new thought intentionally is you will actually carve out a new neural pathway, actually change your brain chemistry. This is what I get so excited about, because it's so freeing once you realize this is true, that all these labels that maybe you've put on yourself, like maybe you've said, oh, I'm a perfectionist, or I'm disorganized, or I don't follow through, or whatever these things are, none of those things have to be true. Those are all maybe just thoughts you've thought a bunch of times over and over, maybe for decades. And so you really believe them to be true. Something like, I could never be good at sales, I'm not good with people, or these kinds of thoughts. What if those are just thoughts and not true at all? What if you could think a different thought to create a different feeling in yourself and actually change your brain so that new thought over time becomes your new belief? It starts with really understanding this mindset pathway. Circumstances. We all have circumstances in our life, things that we can't change, things that just are. We think thoughts about those circumstances, and those thoughts create feelings in our body. Out of those feelings, we take action or we don't take action. And that is what produces the results that we see in our life. So when we want to make a change in our business, we want to change our mindset. Many of you know that your mindset is holding you back. I have people tell me all the time, I know that I'm getting in my own way, or I'm just so negative. I just can't seem to get past these thoughts. Some of you are aware of it, but the way to change it is by acknowledging first your old thought, acknowledging the feeling it's creating in you, and then intentionally choosing a new thought. And it doesn't happen like magic. The old thought's going to continue to come back and come back. So it takes hard work. That's what thought work is. That's what mindset coaching is all about. Coming back to choosing new intentional thoughts and intentionally thinking them to help carve out new neural pathways and develop new beliefs, and let go of the thoughts that are limiting you and holding you back. Becoming self-aware that the very result in our life is a product of our own thoughts, choosing intentional thoughts. It's another way of saying the same thing. You have to first understand that you are creating your results by the thoughts you're thinking. That can be a big thing to actually grasp. I remember when it finally hit me. I'd heard it for almost a year. And I kind of was like, yeah, I guess maybe that's true. But for me, I have to do this, this, and this. And if I don't work hard, I know I'm not going to make sales. I'm not going to make money. And I need to hustle. I need to do this, 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 this. I kind of hit a breaking point where I was like, I can't hustle any harder. I'm working as hard as I can. I've got, I have 2 young kids, pregnant with my third, was working another job, was trying to do my side hustle, and just couldn't figure out a way to make more money by hustling harder. And so I almost, out of desperation, I said, I'm going to try to believe this. Maybe this is true. Maybe changing my thoughts is the missing piece. It can be challenging. So that's the reason I share my own story, is it can be challenging, especially it's challenging to do on your own. It can be really hard for you to even see your own thoughts clearly because they almost feel like circumstances. They feel like truth or fact. But the reality is that they are thoughts and you do have the power to change them. And when you choose to think different thoughts, you create a different feeling within yourself, which will produce different results through the actions that you take. I created a program called the Microgreens Business Accelerator because I have so many people reach out feeling stalled, feeling plateaued, feeling stuck. So they've done the hard work of starting their microgreens business. They've got all the supplies, they've practiced growing, they've gotten good at growing. They've maybe even done some of the hard work of marketing and finding customers, but they're stalled at that level. They're working hard, a lot of work, not making a ton of money, and they're feeling stuck. I created this program to help with this missing link, this mindset piece, which is crucial to your overall success, really in anything in life, but especially in business. And the cool thing is this is going to help you to up-level your personal life, your relationships, everything in your life, along with your business. It's all connected. A little bit about this program. What we cover in the Microgreens Business Accelerator is we do focus on this mindset pathway, but I also give you really strategic tools that are going to help you to get to that next level with your business. Decision-making, time management, goal setting, the mindset pathway that we talked about in this class, what I call progress interrupters. So things that will come up and stall you out. And self-confidence. These are the main topics and tools that we spend a week on each one of these. This is a small group program. So I give you the tools. The support comes from the group. It comes from me. I meet with you every week as a small group, but it comes from your peers as well, giving you perspective, giving you some accountability and a plan so that at the end of 6 weeks, you have tools in place that are going to take you to the next level with your business. You have lifetime access to the video trainings when you invest in this program. There are the tools that you get to implement. You take those with you. We're going to meet for 6 weeks live in a small group setting, and I'm going to coach with you. I'm going to teach on the topic. So what I do is I give you a video lesson to watch on your own time that goes over the topic, whatever it is for that week, whether it's decision making, goal setting, time management, and all of these teaching tools. You will get a chance to watch that video. There are exercises to help you implement your learning on those. And then we come together and I coach on these things to help you to apply these to your life and your business. It has been really an amazing program. I started it not knowing exactly what would become of it. I've only advertised it within my program, Make Money with Microgreens. I know several of you on the call are in that program. I've opened it up this round to people even outside the program. There's many microgreens business owners who reach out to me who have learned their microgreens business apart from me, but are looking at me oftentimes as a fellow mom balancing family and other obligations. I am a live-in caregiver. I have 3 young kids, and I'm managing a microgreens business. So a lot of people are drawn to that, thinking, how can I find this balance? How can I find peace and calm and profitability in my business? Like that can feel very far off. And this program is aimed at helping you to get there. What would happen if you chose to believe in yourself and take action on this? So I know some of you may be looking at this and thinking, yeah, that sounds really good. I could really use that. And immediately your brain is starting to say, well, I don't know. I'm already really busy. And really, is this really going to help? And I can't invest in another thing. All these things your brain is going to come up with to try to keep you safe, secure, doing what's comfortable, doing what you already know, not challenging yourself. But what would happen if you decided, I am going to believe that this is possible for me? I am going to believe that I am worth investing in and that this is going to make a huge difference in my life and in my business. I hope that some of you are at a point where you are ready to invest in that and grow personally and grow your business. I would love to just chat for a few minutes now. I'm going to come back to, we've got about 15 minutes if you have questions, and it can be about anything. If you have questions about the program, I'm happy to chat more about the program. If you want to talk more mindset specific questions, let's talk about it. If you have something that you want to get coached on, let me know. Whether it's a thought, a feeling, let me know. I'm going to stop my share and we're going to come back together here. Can fear of failure and fear of success occur at the same time? It can, Heidi. Isn't that so weird? Our brains are crazy, right? It can, our brains can find all the reasons to keep us comfortable. And that is wired into us for survival. Our primitive brain does not want us to do anything that feels uncomfortable or feels new or feels different. So failure can feel scary because to fail can almost feel like we're risking our lives, because failing at things, thousands of years ago meant a predator could eat us. And that's not our reality now. Most of us live fairly safe and comfortable lives, and yet we still have this primitive part of our brain where failure feels very, very scary to us. And fear of success is unknown. And our brain balks at that also. It does not want us to feel uncomfortable. It wants us to feel safe and secure. And so both of those can happen. They can flip-flop back and forth. You can actually feel both of them at the same time. And what both of them tend to do is paralyze you, just stall you out, keep you from taking action, even action that you know would help further your business. Many of you know that marketing, you need to scale up your marketing efforts, and yet why are you not doing it? A lot of times if you get to the root of it, it's that you're either scared you will fail, or maybe you're scared that you will succeed. And that brings up a lot of more unknowns that also feel scary to you. I'll give you a hint that feeling uncomfortable is part of growth. I do not believe you can grow without feeling uncomfortable. So it's really asking yourself the question, am I willing to feel the discomfort? If you're not, you're probably going to stay where you are. If you are, then know when you feel it that nothing has gone wrong. Don't take that feeling of discomfort as a sign of I've made the wrong choice, or this isn't where I should be, or this isn't the right thing. Know that if you are feeling uncomfortable, it's because you're growing. It's because you're changing. You're trying something new. Heidi says that's helpful. It's crazy cycle, but I think I'm there. Yeah, it is. It really is. That those fears can keep you stuck. And the fears are stemmed in our thoughts. So it goes back to that mindset cycle. If you're feeling scared, ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? Like, get into that fear feeling, whether it's fear of success or fear of failure, and ask yourself, what am I thinking? What is my thought? That thought is what is driving your feeling, and that is what's going to cause you to act or not act. It's what's going to produce the results in your life. If you want to see different results, in your life or in your business, you have to change your thoughts, not your actions. And that's the big leap. It feels subtle almost, but it is huge. It will create enormous shifts for you if you believe that and you actually work on shifting your thoughts. What other questions do people have? Let's talk mindset. If not, it'll be a relatively short call, but I'm going to pause and let there be just an uncomfortable pause and see if someone speaks up. You can unmute yourself or put your question in the chat if you don't want to come on camera or don't want to talk. You guys are a very quiet group. I'm going to put the link for this program. If you are feeling a tug, feeling like this, I think this is what I'm lacking. I think this is what's keeping me stuck. Or maybe you are brand new to your business and you want to get ahead of the ball. You don't want to go through, I will tell you, most people's small businesses, they grow up, down, up, down, up, down with a general upward trajectory, but not in a straight line, right? It's down, up. There's a lot of dips. Maybe you are someone who says, I'm at the very beginning. I want to get ahead of this. I want to get my mindset where it needs to be to try to avoid some of this stalling out, plateauing, feeling stuck, this fear of failure, all of this. This can apply to you also. The Microgreens Business Accelerator is for those of you who want to get to that next goal. So it's not necessarily just for people who are wanting to grow a huge business. I will tell you, a lot of the people who have gone through this program, their goal has been to have a side hustle, period. That is the goal, to bring in some extra money, to find balance in their life, to do something that feels really rewarding, and to make some money with it. There are a few who have had big goals to scale to large size operations and have been successful with that. But the accelerator is not just about growing a large business. It's about you being able to confidently reach your goals. If that's a revenue goal, it will help you get there. If it's a lifestyle goal, like you just want to feel more calm, you want to feel more peace. I had someone reach out to me with an email saying, thanking me. So I reached out to some of the past people in this accelerated program, asking them, what has this done for you? And an email I got this morning was from another mom, Microgreens business owner, who said, I am finally living without guilt. And that was her big takeaway, is learning to manage her mind so that she could really be present in her business. And that was a big thing that she'd struggled with and we'd coached on in the group. Feeling guilty when she was with her kids that she wasn't working on her business. Feeling guilty about her business when she was spending time with her kids, back and forth. Did I say that backwards? You know what I mean. You're spending time with your kids, you feel guilty about your business. You're working on your business, you feel like I should be home, I should be present with my kids. That guilt comes from an unmanaged mind, not recognizing this mindset pathway and not implementing the time management strategy that we teach in this program, which will absolutely change your life if you approach it with the beginner's mindset and really give it a try. It will allow you to ditch that ongoing to-do list that keeps you in constant hustle mode where you always have more to do, you're never done. The time management strategy that I teach, where you actually calendar everything you need to do, will free you up from that. And that alone can really help if you are someone who, like this client, is experiencing a lot of guilt, be able to let go of that. So what your goal is with the program, maybe to grow a large business, it may just be to find more peace in your life or find more balance with your business and your home life. Carrie Lee, I'm ready to move forward. Yay, Darlene, I have the mindset, I don't know where to start. Yeah, and that's what multiple people have. You are not alone, Darlene. This is why I started this accelerator program. I started it for people, for those of you who don't know, I have a Microgreens business program teaching you how to start a business, how to make money with microgreens. So I had people go through that for a year, get a microgreens business going, and then saying, I know I'm having issues, I'm having mindset problems, or I'm just feeling stuck. Created this next step to help with that, to show you exactly where to start. It's so hard to do it on your own. Most of us need, including myself, we need a coach, we need perspective, we need a framework to follow. And this program provides that by breaking it down into 6 weeks, 6 topics, ongoing coaching throughout that 6-week block to help you to learn to implement this so that you can take those tools with you and continue to use them. Don't you have a full business class as well? I have my Microgreens business program teaches everything from starting the business, growing microgreens, marketing and selling. So it is a microgreens business program. Hopefully that answers that question. I also sell some DIY crash courses. So some people, they don't want to have all the group sessions and all the extras. They just want to focus on one. They just need a framework for setting up the business or growing microgreens or selling. So those are smaller courses. Again, all of my online offerings have come out of people asking me for things. So the majority of people in the beginning, back in 2020, when many other people were reaching out saying, how did you start your business? How can I do it too? It was everything. Here's how to set the business. Here's how to grow microgreens. Here's how to market and sell. This is a hot industry, right? It's still, I believe, in its infancy, but it is growing rapidly. So there's a lot of people that are newly starting businesses that are wanting ongoing support. And that's why I opened up this program to others outside of my business program. Awesome. Finishing, make money, and then the mindset feels like a path I want to take. I was going to ask your thoughts on that. Yeah, so Heidi, it's completely up to you if you want to get to a certain level. I think that they go hand in hand really well. The Microgreens business program, Make Money with Microgreens, will teach you how to set up your business, how to grow, and how to sell, right? And I've added a little mindset. We do a monthly mindset call in there. But this accelerator program is going to dive into those topics that we talked about. So time management, decision making. Decision making is a huge one. So many people are not making forward progress because they are hung up on not being able to make decisions. And they have told themselves that there's a right decision, a wrong decision. They stall out on not making decisions. So we dive into kind of uncovering what that is about and learning to become decisive people, deciding to become a decisive person. When you look at people who are successful with businesses, they are people who make decisions quickly. And they make a lot of mistakes and they have a lot of failures, right? But ultimately they move forward and move farther ahead faster by just making more decisions. So decision making is huge. Goal setting to help you to constrain to a single goal at a time to focus on so that you can actually reach that goal rather than having multiple big vague goals that kind of feel unattainable that you're sort of generally working on. We focus in on what's a specific goal to focus on one at a time and constrain to that. So each one of these topics, decision making, goal setting, time management is huge. It's worth the program just for time management. Honestly, I am someone who worked off of a to-do list for decades of my adult life, and I sort of prided myself in always being a multitasker and crossing things off and all of that. And I loved my to-do lists. I will tell you, my life is so much freer and I am able to be 100% present and focused in what I'm doing rather than in the back of my mind thinking about 3 other things while I'm doing one thing. That is incredibly free, and you will become so much more efficient and productive in your life and in your business if you learn to manage your time. So the other thing, self-confidence. This is a really huge one. When we get down to lack of self-belief, that is what's holding a lot of people back in their businesses. A lot of it comes from a core-rooted lack of self-worth. And that can be really emotional to uncover. And this group that's why I keep it small. This group will fill up. I will shut the doors. I don't want it to be a large group. A small group, the vibe is better. We get to know each other. We get to interact. We get to hear what's going on in each other's lives. And it's so validating to hear other people's experiences and recognize that a lot of the things that are holding back are deep-seated things in ourselves, even from childhood, even things that we grew up with our parents telling us that we have so internalized that now it's playing out in our adult life, even with everything you've done in your adult life. I recognize for many of you, this microgreens venture is a one more thing. You've done lots of things in your life, so you're coming in with all this life experience, and mindset is going to just take everything to that next level. So Heidi, it's really up to you if you want to wait and do this down the road, or you say, I want to do this together. I want to start applying these mindset tools early on in my business. That's what I would recommend. But you know your time and bandwidth. If you're saying, I just feel like I need to focus on the growing and get that down, and then sign up for another program, then I respect that also. I think they work really well hand in hand, because I think so many of the tools, if you start implementing them early on, you can take advantage of them and have less struggle. Is the Microgreens business program open for enrollment? The Make Money with Microgreens is not currently open. No. It was open in February and it is closed. There is a wait list for it. I am not sure when I'm going to open it again. Hopefully in the fall. This is another program I'm doing live teaching through the program right now for those who signed up in February. And so having people come in, they feel like they've missed out, which is kind of why I'm not sure if I'm the, okay. I recognize your name, Danelle. Is it Danelle? Is that how you say it? Yes. You will hear. You will hear when it opens again, for sure. The waitlist people will get the first email, but you will hear. I usually make a lot of noise on social media and whatnot when the program opens, because I love my programs. I've seen how they have changed people's lives, and I really believe in them, and so I get excited. And this mindset program might be my favorite, because it will change your life. Like it's the Make Money with Microgreens program is very practical, great information. You will learn everything you need to know. The mindset is a key to making it easier, making it sustainable, making it last for the long term. And that's why I've started sneaking some mindset stuff into that program as well, because I just think you need it to be successful. And I genuinely want every single person who signs up to be successful, whatever that means to you, whatever your goal is, whatever the motivation for investing in something. I want to help you get there. We know there's tons of free information out there, right? You can go on YouTube, you can YouTube anything, how to grow microgreens, mindset stuff, all of that, you can find it. But a program is something that gives you that connection, that accountability, that consistency, that framework to follow that many of us need to actually be consistent and implement something in our lives. Knowing that there's free content out there, we don't always take action on it. Investing in a program that's step by step, you show up every week, you're live, you're on camera, I am asking you questions, it will make a difference in your life. So it's just a matter of if that you're at a point in your life where you are ready, willing, and wanting to do that. And I'm excited. We're going to start in May. It's 6 weeks. I have if you go to this link up here, the accelerator link, you will see the dates. The classes are recorded, so if you can't make all of them, you can watch the recording, but I encourage you to try to prioritize coming live. This is a program where showing up live makes a difference. some of my other programs, you can definitely go just watch the recorded calls and all the content is there for you. You can go through it at your own pace. This accelerator program, you will get more benefit if you show up live. You don't have to. You can watch the recordings. You will get all the lessons recordings sent to you. But if you show up live and are willing to get vulnerable, share, get uncomfortable, you will see growth. Heidi needs to process this. Good. Good. I'm so glad that you have enjoyed the mindset coaching, Heidi, in the program. That's been really fun to add to the program. It's not why everyone signed up for that course, but I am adding it for those that do find it valuable because it's made such a difference in my own business and in others that I work with, that I coach one-on-one with. Or that have gone through this accelerator program. So I do have a couple spots open for one-on-one coaching. If you are interested in, say, I don't really want to do the group thing, but I would like some one-on-one coaching, just send me an email, handgrowngreens@gmail.com, and let me know that you'd like some more information on one-on-one coaching. I don't advertise it very much because I don't have very many spots available. I should have more in the fall, hopefully. But it's once people are in, they usually stick with it. So thank you all for showing up to this call. I didn't know who all would come, but I am passionate about this tool, this coaching tool that has changed my life. And I want to share it with you. So whether you sign up for the program or you coach with me or you just go on your merry way, think about this, spend some time. If you are feeling stuck, notice, what am I feeling or what am I thinking? So if you're feeling an overwhelming, strong emotion, whether that's discouraged, frustrated, overwhelmed, stressed, any of these emotions, ask yourself, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? What thought is making me feel this way? And it may take a little bit of time. It may take sitting or going for a walk, however you clear your head, and acknowledging what is the thought. So really own that, your thought without judgment. It's a real big focus of mine in this program and in my coaching is to try to let go of judgment of yourself. Try to look at yourself with neutrality or better yet, compassion and love for yourself. And think, what is the thought I'm thinking that's creating this feeling that's keeping me stuck? And then deciding if you want to keep thinking that and feeling empowered that you can choose a different thought and that it'll feel maybe hard at first, but you can catch your old thought. You can switch it to a new thought. I encourage you to write things down, actually write out your thought. Make it into an actual sentence, not just a vague idea in your head that's looping, but actually write it down. Choose a different thought. Actually write that thought down. Read it aloud to yourself. Choose to intentionally think your new thought that's going to create a more positive feeling in your body that's going to motivate you to take different actions to create a different result. So use this tool, whether you learn more about it through my program or not. I hope that this is resonating. And I feel like if it does, if it resonates for one person, I'm so thankful to people who have influenced me, and it took a long time. I was very resistant. And so it finally clicked and finally resonated. I feel very grateful to the people who shared it over and over. So I hope that it will resonate for someone here on this call. Reach out if you have questions. Sign up for the program. Like I said, it will fill up. So get in. I will let you know when doors close. I'm going to send out an email later this afternoon with more information, so you can watch for that. Or you can send an email to me if you have specific questions or you want to chat more about if it would be a good fit for you. Don't hesitate to do that. handgrowngreens@gmail.com. And thank you all for your time and for being here. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to sign off unless there's any last questions. All right, thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, everyone. Bye, guys.